Most of my childhood's dearest memories revolve around playing Pokemon Emerald on my Game Boy Advance, watching my cousin play Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban on my aunt's PC, and the Nintendo Wii, the first proper home console I ever had. I just played so many masterpieces on the Wii, and I constantly crave going back to those simpler springs in which there wasn't much to do and I just played Super Mario Galaxy, Wii Sports Resort or Super Smash Bros. Brawl. But I'm not here to talk about those, I am here to talk about one of the most fun games I played as a kid. I'm talking about Rabbids Go Home. This game was a gem. A fun collectathon in which you could go around with your shopping cart grabbing anything that came across to make a pile large enough to reach the moon. However, every single time I had beaten the game, I saw that there was a special level hidden behind a 100% completion, waiting for me. Perhaps it was a level on the moon? That would be awesome. 2010 YouTube couldn't provide an answer to this question, and sadly enough I didn't have the skill to just find every single item and complete the game. Now I can though, and that's why I will 100% Rayman Rabbids Go Home to see what does this secret level entail, and above all, have fun remembering the good old days in which I played this gem. Rabbids Go Home consists of a main city hub full of stuff to gather and 6 main areas with 5 levels each. Inside every level there is an XL object such as a safe, a car, a cow, or a fucking Boeing 747. So I just need to go through each level, gather 400 XS items plus the XL one, complete the transition segments on the pile, gathering everything there, and then I am all set. Easy enough, right? Well, just you wait. We begin with the blueprints of the master plan of the Rabbids. If they make a large enough pile of junk, they will be able to reach the moon and comfortably sleep there. Masterful plot, as you can see. With that, the collectathon begins with the prologue level in which I became familiarized once again with the controls and saw one of the many cutscenes that introduce some items you can gather. In this case, a funny octopus fella. The 50 items requirement is a joke, and since completing 100% of a level will save me a lot of time in the nearby future, I decided to be thorough and go to all the secondary routes and inspect every nook and cranny. And I also had fun with the radio. I gave everything to the Tube Rabbid, who is the absolute goat of this game, and soon enough we arrived at the base of the pile. Even though my efforts were big, we were nowhere near the moon, and just like that, the Rabbids decided to go to the city and find more stuff. Shop Till You Drop is the first full-fledged level in this game, and besides getting hit in the fields with the intro cutscenes with all the band playing along in the sewage, I was very excited to explore the mall and gather every single item there. The shop run starts as a sort of second tutorial and lets you practice your BWAH attack and interact with soda machines and much more. That guy is dead, by the way. I paid the usual visit to the tuba rabbid, who acts as a sort of checkpoint and kept advancing, avoiding cactuses and fighting humans, which will be the main antagonist of the game. They weren't prepared for me, so I just BWAH'd them into submission, stealing their clothes. Wait, what the hell is this sentence? After bullying a doll, I valiantly fought the machine that thinks I am an object, not in place, and proceeded to go for the big prize. The platform UFO styled that lets you make the announcements in the shopping mall. I had 352 items at that point, so I felt optimistic about clearing the first level at 100%. A final section dodging cactuses in the storage area, and I jumped to the toilet, which marks the end of the level. Everything went smoothly down the drain, and there we go! 1000 items, first level, and we have hit bullseye. However, it is not enough. There is still a very long way to go. In the nick of time introduced more concepts to the core gameplay, where gallons could be used to attack humans and also destroy cactuses, but most importantly, this was an introduction of the famous time-restricted areas in the office, with a timer that keeps you from exploring calmly the facility. All of this would have been super fun to do, if it wasn't for that I encountered the weird glitch in the elevator that made me skip most of the level. I don't know if this skip is new, and I just discovered randomly. If it is useful for speedrunning, I'm happy, but there you go. For me, it wasn't. I did the final time restricted area, which by the way is very unforgiving and does not let you make mistakes whatsoever. And then I gathered the big clock on the director's office, and I left through the back door. Of course, I didn't grab all the items, so we will be coming back to this one. Quick note I wanted to mention here, I'll give props to old games for giving customization just through unlocks in the game. If modern Ubisoft decided to remake this game, I bet you it would have a season pass with stupid hats to put on your rabbits. Man, I miss this design that wasn't that money hungry back then. Either way, moving on. Infection Blues introduces a couple more mechanics such as the clean robot, the Wii Remote Rabbid that you can shoot to open doors and grab stuff, and most importantly, the ill patient that you have to steal to add to the pile. This poor dude, Barney, will give us free boost in the air and will float for a bit, changing completely how the game is played. And I'm so glad to report you that I fucking hate these levels. Fuck you, Barney, fuck you, Betty, fuck you all, you are the bane of my existence. I hope I just gathered 1000 items so I don't have to do this all over again.
No, God!
The final level of this area is Walker Rabbit, which introduces for the first time the real enemies in this game, called the Verminators, or at least the man that had the idea to invent them. We will be seeing them in full effect rather soon, but that's at the end of the level, and before we just had another fun mechanic introduced in which we have to find 5 tubes to blow them like a Viking horn to make the tuba rabbit help us. Oh my god, I just want to say, tuba guy, you are the fucking best, I adore you. The tuba rabbit glazing will never stop under my watch, the tuba guy is amazing, he's the best, just look at him. Look at this little dude with his tuba just sucking up the items. I love you, man, I love you. Well, we grabbed all 1000 items on this one, so we knocked it out of the park, baby. Let's keep going. Next on my hit list there is a satellite antenna I would like to get. So let's hop into the airport, have some fun with the cone, and just get new mechanics such as pipeline navigation, cool orange Verminators that you have to fight to get through, and the most based ability the rabbits get from now on, dashing. Now the game feels complete. It feels incredible. The best part of this level is that moment in which you are trying to steal Santa's clothes on a landing strip while dodging airplanes. This script has some weird sentences on it, man. Anyways, we fight the robot dude, get 1000 items, and we move on. High Stakes Steak is the first cow race level, and they are infuriating, man. Do you remember the office time restricted areas? Well, apply that for most of the level. It is actually quite fun, but I'm pissed because I just forgot to get 5 items and now I will have to do this all over again later. Yup, that lady is dead. Rapid fire reaction is so much fun. What do you mean we get a jet engine and we blast through the airport terminal? Using Verminators as nitro boost is just the cherry on top, although I felt like I missed just one item during the Subway Surfer section. And I think it happened again on the second time while escaping with a bomb stick to the engine. I hope I am wrong. Fuck! I remember this fucking level from when I was a kid. I was trying to 100% the game back then, and I swear to god I couldn't find the 400 XS items in this level. Still very fun to play, but I guess history repeats itself, because I am 20 short. Guess we will be coming back. I don't even want to talk about Blue Bed Bonanza, because I hate Barney's levels. I am so glad I reached the 1000 mark, because I am not replaying this. Moving on. Let's commit brutal assault to our Wii Rabbit to gain an extra light bulb and move to area number 3. Atomic Rabbit Blast was a fun concept and I love the lights out vibes from the level. What I didn't love so much was to wrongly dash to these cardboard boxes and fall into the abyss. I guess we're coming back to this one. Next up on the menu there is an office level, and I just wanted to say that this game came out in 2009 during the starting years of the Great Recession, and it shows in its satire against consumerism and capitalism. And I know I've already said this, but the time restricted areas are so tight, dude. I was always crossing the finish line with just 1 or 2 seconds left on the clock. Anyways, we hit 1000 on this one, so I am very happy about my performance. Apocalypse Cow has us save a cow from being deported, so I guess Rabbids Go Home is a based game and also has animalist values. So, yeah, props to them. More than Ubisoft could never, I swear to God. This level introduced ceiling fans, which are quite janky to be honest, and I died a couple times to them. And I also fought blue Verminators, which are the most annoying ones with their flamethrowers. In the end, we successfully rescued the cow and raised 1000 items, so my job here is done. Tire levels are the best, and they play so differently. You bounce between walls, cactuses one-shot you, and you have to raw dog the level in a single go. No checkpoints allowed. It was really fun, and today I'm playing with my special Wii that has a keyboard and a mouse and a really powerful CPU. The controls for this were a lot more precise than back in the day when I was a kid trying to figure out how to properly bounce with this rubber tie. So you bet we cleared this one perfectly on the first take. Next, we had another gimmick level with Furious Fun, in which I once again missed a single item, so I was very understanding of my shortcomings. After adding the jet engine to our crazy collection, the pile looked beautiful. However, it was still not enough to reach the moon, and as such, we headed back to the city and went for the newest area. Nevertheless, I found something quite strange on the pile of junk. Look! It's the subscribe button! Well, this is a great time to remind you that you can subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content. It would mean the world, and it supports us so we can keep doing videos. Thank you so much, and let's go back to the item snatching. Triple Beast had us explore the work plant in which they manufactured the suits Verminators use, and it was a fun level overall, except for the section in which you carry Barney until the end. It was so annoying that I almost felt the need to rage quit, scrap the video and do something else with my life and go to a running club like the divorced 40-year-old dudes do now. But I still got a lot of resilience in me, and just like that, I cleared the level with 1000 items, so I am never ever coming back to this. This never gets old. Backwater Rabbids has that swamp energy in it, and I guess that the final stretch with the XL item is fun and all, but overall this is an unremarkable level, in my opinion. Please don't add me. 1000 items. We're moving on. In Time is Money, honey, I failed several times the time in restricted areas. Like, come on, this is not easy at all. If you miss a dash or you don't understand the intended path perfectly on the first try, then you are out. Simple as that. It is not unfair, but it is challenging. So you can bet the whole thing was a failure. Please don't look at the score screen, I beg you. Please don't. Country Free for All spices things up with one of these levels in which you have to roam free and gather 400 XS items before jumping to snatch the XL one, which is a whole ass car. This is great because I can cart around looking for every single item without having to worry. If I'll miss something, then no stress. I have all the time in the world. Pretty good level, if you ask me. Couch Me If You Can, apart from having the best title of them all, was excruciating and difficult. I always messed the race up and ended up letting the cow escape. I swear to God, I spent 45 minutes trying to grab everything and I couldn't. I finally cleared the level 100%, but this was the signal that the difficulty was spiking up in these endgame areas. Happy or Hoppy? Well, I guess Happy. Xmas is another fucking Barney level, or that is what I thought, sneaking into the hospital. But then I remembered the large item was a Christmas tree, so I was good on this one. It wasn't so bad. They introduced the Black Verminator, which was cool, I guess. And yeah, this guy is definitely dead. But hey, we did it on the first try, so nothing to be ashamed about. Except for killing that dude on the window, probably. Area 5 started on a really good note with Rabbids Go Boom, that even though it had a terrible pipes and ceiling fan segment, I managed to clear it on the first try as well. I am going to skip Fetché la Vache, because this level is going to give a lot to talk about. Just keep in mind, it was a disaster, but we'll get back to it. Remember it, Fetché la Vache. I think that's not proper French, but I'll stick to it. Daredevil Rabbid was another very fun rubber tire level and a nerve-wracking one as well. And even though I missed 4 items, I was happy because that meant I could play it all over again sometime in the future. Hard Hat Helpings was another grab everything and then go for the XL type of level, so you can bet there was no problems with that one. And 14 Carrot Rabbit was also a banger, even though I suffered a little bit in the time restricted areas of the office. Hold Up in the Hangar had a funny bit with the workers trying to choose who had to go deal with the rabbits, and even though I dropped the ball on this one, I didn't feel that bad about it. We finally had reached the final area, with the last 4 levels remaining, and they are so diabolical that you wouldn't believe what they made me do. Carry On Catastrophe had these bouncy luggage packages that were infuriating. The controls felt very bad, and the last segment with the ramp was very painful to play. Not fun. Not at all. Next we have the worst fucking level in this game, Till Rabbids Do Us Cart. This level forces you to play with Barney from start to finish, and it is so long, so boring, so unnecessarily difficult. Controls are ass. It's terrible. Yeah, I fucking hate this level. So I better, and I say better, not have to repeat it because I despise it with my whole soul. If everything wasn't crazy enough, how about stealing a whole ass plane from the airport? Scrap Happy Rabbits is another of those levels where you roam free until you get every single excess item, but I swear I was 3 items short and I couldn't find them anywhere. Anywhere. Anyways, I wasn't mad because it is so funny to look at the rabbits taking a whole ass aircraft through the sewage that I honestly couldn't be angry at all. And the last level, of course, had to be a cow one. Mooning Miami, baby. This cow race was far easier than the last one, and honestly, it felt refreshing for once that I could grab everything on my first go. And with that, the pile was complete. I began to climb the enormous, gargantuan pile of junk the rabbits had constructed, while a very melancholic serenade played in the background. And man, come on! If this isn't cinema, then I don't know who Martin Scorsese is. Just look at it. So solemn, so peak. Cinema, ladies and gentlemen. We arrived at the top of the pile and deposited our trustful friend, the Miami cow, and thus we were ready to reach the moon. However, the humans did what the USA normally does with any country that has a good oil reserve, and thus bombed us into oblivion. Ironically, this was the last push the rabbits needed to reach the moon, and finally, they could land on Earth's satellite to finally get some rest. And that is credits! That would be what happens in a normal playthrough, but I still had work left to do. I needed to clear all the levels in which I hadn't got the 1000 items required yet, and also grab every single item in the city hub, which had 400 XS items still waiting for me. Now that I had finished the game, I could see the star that had haunted me for a decade and a half. 31,750 feet. That was the new goal. I did the first office level properly, without the unintended skip, and that was the first level that I 100% in the post-game. Infectious Blues followed suit, but I fell 2 items short somehow, which didn't make me angry at all. Next, I repeated High Stakes Steak to ease my mind a little bit with the front level, and I fell 4 items short. Okay, this is proving to be harder than expected. I repeated the level and this time I cleared it, but I didn't feel I did anything different. Well, a win is a win. And I also happened to clear a jet engine level, and with that, I felt confident enough to take on my nemesis, Super Rocket in the market. I went in with a detective instinct and an obsessive gathering spirit, but it still wasn't enough. What was I missing? How could this level still beat me 15 years later? I missed the 1000 item mark 2 more times until I said, okay, enough is enough, and I decided to do what anyone would do. I watched the speedrun of the game to see what I was missing, basically. Here is where I learned a fancy little trick that you can pull off in some levels. You see, in Rabbids Go Home there are some trash containers that hold lots and lots of items. For some reason, if you shoot your Wii Remote Rabbit at them, they open up and spill all the items. That's intended, but what's not intended is that if you dash while the container is still spilling the items, you will get everything twice. This discovery was huge, and with that knowledge on my mind, I cleared level after level using this technique, getting sometimes even more than 1000 items. After a couple of hours, only 2 final levels were between me and the moon. Feche la Bash and Till Rabbids Do Us Cart. Till Rabbids Do Us Cart is a horrible level and I hate it with my guts. so I decided I wanted to get rid of it as soon as possible. What ensued was a 2-hour session trying to get every single item and failing miserably. Sometimes because I died randomly, because the Barney floating mechanic is ass, and sometimes because I ended the level falling 10 to 2 items short. Where were they? I watched the speedrun of a guy and he fell short on 2 items as well. I was desperate. If I couldn't beat this level, I wasn't sure I could 100% the game. Perhaps it was time to abandon this quest, and I would never know what was on that special level, 31,750 feet above. No, I need to complete this, I said to myself, as I loaded once more the level. This time, I was full locked in, and I did everything perfectly, and I noticed that right at the end of the level, there was some hidden platforms in which a couple items were stored. I smiled proudly as I collected them, and went for the end of the level, clearing finally till Rabbids do a cart and with just 1 level left to go. And that last level was Feche la Bâche, and it was somehow even worse than the last level. Yeah, you were waiting me for get back to this shit, and I did. Now what? Chekhov's gun, baby. Get used to it. Anyways, this construction site nightmare is the Dark Souls of Rabbids Go Home, and I found myself dying again and again and again to this fucking level. But that's not even the bad part. The bad part is that right at the end of this cursed level, there are 4 robot enemies situated on unreachable platforms. You need to wait for the cannons to shoot bombs at you, grab them, and throw them to the platform so you can win the fight. Well, that doesn't seem bad. But for some fucking reason, when the bombs explode, the clothes of the robot enemies start flying everywhere, and always, some fucking item falls off the platform to an unreachable place, meaning you cannot complete the level now. And you might say, okay, maybe the devs have accounted for this, and have put more than 1,000 items, so you can miss some of them. No, they did not! I beat this level not once, not twice, not even thrice, but 11 fucking times until I said enough is enough. I got a save state right before the fight and repeated it again and again and again and again and again and again and another time, and then some more until I had a good enough RNG to get all the clothes I needed without any single one falling off the platform. And just like that, after a lot of suffering on these last 2 levels, I finally did it. I completed every single level on this game, and I could reach the secret level that had eluded me when I was a kid. I also had gathered the 400 items in the city necessary for it, so I was ready. The game was complete. Wait. Why don't I have enough to reach the 31,750 feet height? Did I miss a level and I didn't notice? No, that's not it. What is happening? Well, I discovered on the internet that to truly complete the game, you needed to grab 200 items or more in each stage of the city, which evolved through 3 stages during the game's story. If you didn't do it then, you would never reach enough height to 100% the game once you have completed the story. I was devastated when I learned this news. Who the fuck designs a game like this? It is not fair. I was frustrated and very angry. I spent all this time for nothing, and obviously I didn't want to do it all over again. So I swallowed my pride and I asked YouTube something that his version of 2010 couldn't do, and that was to see if someone had uploaded what was the secret level like. And when I saw it, my jaw dropped and I fell to my knees. There is no secret level. The game only shows you a star lighting up, signaling that you have 100% the game. What the Ubisoft? This is so scummy. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? This is so dumb. I hate this game. I don't want to never play it again. I hate everything. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. I would be very happy if you subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a member perhaps, or just if you shared the video with anyone who might enjoy it. I did have fun trying to 100% this game, so maybe I'll bring content like this in the future if you would like to see it. Anyways, I'll see you soon. Until we meet again,